And this here is Churilovo Monastery, which is in the deep southwest of Bulgaria, where the paved roads stop and basically you cannot continue without a four-wheel drive into these mountains. Right, so I made it to Churilovo Monastery, which has an interesting history. It's a pretty big place actually. It consists of both the church, a separate bell tower, and a school right here. So the school is original, and the church itself, it is here on the southern slope of the Ograjden mountain between the villages of Gega and the village of Churilovo. It was founded in the 14th century, but it says it was destroyed during the Ottoman conquest and reconstructed in 1858. But if I'm not mistaken, this is original here, this school. And you can see that it's got the typical woodwork, the stairs, the balconies, as you would see in well, very typical period of Bulgarian architecture. It could be classified as the revival period, I suppose. And indeed, we can see that the doors and everything is quite old, and it is once again quite rare to see it in such a good state, because a lot of things were destroyed over the many centuries, but here we are. This is unique. Wow. Here's the front of the church and the mountains around, the vineyard here, all quite cool. A lot of pots and pans, the fireplace, everything. Ceiling is original as well, wooden ceiling from that period. The stove, all intact. So I've just entered through this door and found something very remarkable. An original school right here. The only thing that's been redone is probably the floors, and the walls have been painted, let's say. Some parts have been left. This is how the original wall would have looked in the 15th, 16th century and so on. Woodwork could be original, although I'm not 100% sure. It looks 100 years old, but probably not 200-300. I'm not sure, honestly. Need an historian to tell me. I think I'll have to declare this the best monastery of Bulgaria. Or no, perhaps that's a bit outrageous of a call. Although, unfortunately, I cannot see the inside. I must say that I'm very impressed by these murals. And what I like, and why it still might be, if not the best, one of the best monasteries in Bulgaria. Like, there's a lot. Perhaps it might not be the best one, but what makes me say this is the combination of it being remote, that there's nobody else, because objectively perhaps the best monastery would be Etropole or Rila, but I like monasteries where I'm the only person visiting and I can actually vibe with the place. Sounds a bit egotistical, but I like to immerse myself in a place when I'm alone and I can actually let it embrace me, and that's the case here. Second reason why I like it is because I like this sort of southern style of church. You have this in, well, it's a very big one. You have one in Bansko like this. You have one in the village of Izvor, which is in modern day Serbia nowadays. It is, I suppose, the second biggest Bulgarian church. Here's a very big one as well. What else? I like that there's a separate bell tower right there. I like that you can sit in several places right here. It's either in the sun and the shade. There's grapes, there's everything. Again, it might not sound unique, but it is in my perspective. What else I like is a school, which is a unique feature. It hasn't been destroyed, it's still here, which is remarkable. Here we see the Bulgarian army. This picture is called Vrhut, or at least it's painting, let's say. I suppose that's Hristo Botev leading the way, if I'm not mistaken. Not entirely sure. But this is all Very, very interesting. Look at this. And the old map right here of the Bulgarian the state. Well, it was already a disputed area here in Macedonia. Bulgaria had already surrendered some territory. So I'm in the bell tower, and all around we have mountains. These right there are pretty inaccessible. I see a village on the top. It's too far to zoom towards, but that's how remote Bulgaria gets. There's villages all the way up, and there's people living there. I won't be able to get there by car, but I'm absolutely fascinated by this country, as you all know, and just that these things exist here in Europe. Here's the bell, which is about a century old as well. It's from 1902, it's written. Something like that. And below we see the church again. You can see it's remarkably big in size. And the school down there, this was a place of significance. So, this is the view from the balcony here of the guest rooms. If you're a guest to this monastery, I suppose, like there's nobody here now, but I suppose you can stay here opposite of the church in these, just look at how beautiful it is. It's just incredible. Everything's been renovated, there's lights. You could stay underneath the portrait of Vasil Levski, the most famous Bulgarian. His revolutionary hero, or her revolutionary hero, who's, well, liberated this country, at least with his great help and the sacrifice. Bulgaria is nowadays a free country.